few days ago, I randomly got the urge to try out the new Call of Duty. And because I think I'm as unbiased as you can get, I thought that I'd make a review about it. And you know, guys, it pains me to say this, but I actually think it's pretty fun. Let's just start off with talking about the gun mechanics. They are as generic as you can possibly get, but I think it works well for this game. You have a hipfire mode, which is very inaccurate, and then you can obviously go into ADS and then just shoot your enemies. I have tried a lot of guns, and I gotta say that most of them are pretty fun to use. When you play a gun for a bit, you also unlock hop-ups to make your gun better and customize it, which I also really like. The gun that I like the most is the AK. I actually gotta say, it wasn't really that easy to control when I first picked it up, but when I played it for a bit, I started to like it a lot. In general, the assault rifles work pretty well on almost every range, but excel on mid to long range. The MPs are incredibly good at close range, but fall off on mid to long range. Machine guns are good for boring players. Shotguns suck ass, but the thing that surprised me the most were the sniper mechanics. For example, with the AWP, you one-shot basically everything on the upper body, which is, of course, incredibly fucking OP. But I think they did a very good job at balancing this by giving you a lot of aim punch when you get hit, which means that basically if you take shots, your scope gets very, very shaky and makes it very hard to hit. I think that's a very good way to balance this. So overall, I don't think the gun mechanics are anything special, but they work very well in the context of the game. Another thing that really surprised me were the movement mechanics. They have a lot of depth and make the game very unique. You have a funny slide, you can crouch, you can prone, and you have this throw move, and I didn't use that at all. But combining all of these things make the game very chaotic and fighting very fun. One thing that I do not like about the combat is that grenades are as powerful as they are. I swear to God, I think 1/3 of all of my deaths in my playtime were because of nades. They are so fucking powerful, it is insane. If you get hit by a flash, you will never recover. I think that the developers did a really good job at balancing the game for quite a few playstyles. For example, I just like to spawn, run in, die, and then fucking do it again, because I think it's fun. And it works very well for that, but it also works well for more defensive playstyles and camping, which I don't like, but I think it's good that all of these things are supported by the game. The maps in this game are overall pretty good, with a few outliers. For example, this villa map is definitely my favorite map. It's pretty to look at, pretty small, and just very chaotic and fun. Nuketown is a classic, you can't go wrong with that. It's very fun, very chaotic, just random shit happens all the time. It's really fun. Red Card is the worst map that I've ever seen in a video game. This map is just so fucking dog shit. It is way too large, most angles feel incredibly unfair, and the spawns suck ass. It sucks ass. Another map that I don't like is this market map. It's way too large. I think that they have a problem with making maps too large, but it also has a very long open angle where, snipers are just insanely effective. The game modes are a mixed bag for me. I like most team modes, with an exception for the CS mode. It's just CS. When you die once, you gotta spectate your team. I don't play the game for that. Control and Team Deathmatch are probably my favorite game modes. They work incredibly well. They're just fast-paced. They are just fun. One game mode that I also dislike a lot is FFA. I actually didn't expect that. I just loaded into a game expecting it to be fun, but it's really dog shit. One FFA lobby consists of 8 players, which just isn't enough. From my experience, everyone plays incredibly defensively, which I just really don't enjoy. Another thing that I want to touch on right here are the spawns. They aren't very good. People just spawn behind each other, and it's just some random bullshit, but I think it kind of works because it makes the game more chaotic, which in turn makes it more fun. The agents in this game are, in my opinion, very uninspired. They look incredibly generic. There's not a single guy that, in my opinion, looks cool or interesting. You know, that might be a hot take, but that's my opinion. And this like Shush emote that people always do after a game has to be like the cringiest thing that I've ever experienced in gaming. I think it would be less cringe if they just started doing like the gritty or something. So all in all, can I recommend this game? It depends. I do think that the multiplayer in this game is competently made, but, you know, it's not a masterpiece or anything. It is fun, but this game costs 70 euros. To be fair to this game, you do get quite a bit of content. You get the multiplayer, you get zombies, and you get the campaign, but, you know, it's 70 fucking bucks. For example, like CS, Valorant, or Overwatch, all of these games are free, you can just try them out. But here you actually have to commit. So, like, if you have the money and you think the gameplay looks fun, then maybe go for it. But, you know, if you're second guessing that I'm saying, like, just stick to free games, because this is not much better than, for example, fucking Valorant, which you can play for free. But, you know, if you're ready to spend that money, I think it's pretty fun and you get a decent amount of content.
Stop the cap, bro.
Stop the
mute
cap.
yourself with your fucking music, bro.
Stop
It's
the
unless.
cap.
Put your bitch ass up, you little ambulance.
Shut the fuck up, bitch.